CrowdStrike. Hey, everybody remember that? The worldwide tech outage from a couple weeks ago after a defective update from cybersecurity company CrowdStrike has raised questions about automating software upgrades and whether a handful of dominant suppliers, especially in the cloud, concentrates risk to a dangerous extent. IT leaders, basically in the wake of this really just need to ensure that their vendors integrated with their systems maintain high standards in development, testing, and release of software updates, because the ramifications of this, I think we got off kind of easy. And I say we globally, not me, because I'll get into what happened to me afterwards, although I'm sitting here, so I can't really complain. But I think there are a lot of implications of when we rely on this technology for our air traffic and our general infrastructure and our medical billing, and our hospitals are relying on the software. Our law firm uses software like this. Like, what happens when this stuff really crashes? Like, what do you like, Moish? What are we walking into here?
Well, look, I mean, we keep saying like the world is going to digitize, whether we like it or not. Everything that was analog is becoming digital, and the result is when you have an outage, you're seeing the effects can be, nearly catastrophic. I think you're right. We probably dodged. I mean, it's kind of insane that like every Windows computer just like didn't work for, a few hours. And it's like, oh, okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
But that's really what happened. And thankfully we have redundancies and we were able to kind of reset the system, but it does kind of portend a more dangerous future where everything's relying upon systems that, it's kind of the XKCD cartoon where there's like a whole like modern financial system and there's like one little block kind of holding it up.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, here we saw like someone kind of flicked the block and the whole thing fell down and you had to put the pieces back.
Yeah. Not ideal. And it was really not ideal when en route to Nashville, we can flash the picture. It was so quaint when my flight was supposed to take off at 2:30 in the afternoon, and it was around 3:15 and I'm standing by the gate, and my loving wife took a picture of me with a big smile on my face because we were about to board the plane, and we did. And then we sat there for like half a day, and here's what's all right, I'm going to rant about Delta for a minute. Here's the thing. I'm a lawyer. Shit happens. I understand that. And I get paid to deliver bad news. That's fine. But what I don't do is I don't give different people different answers when they ask me a question just because I don't want them to harass me. And Delta Airlines, damn it all, if I ask you a question, I expect the same answer from the different people along the assembly line of underpaid workers that you set before me to solve my problems.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, would a humanoid robot solve that?
Well, at least
I guess
they
I give you a consistent answer.
Well, they wouldn't lie to me. They wouldn't be able to.
Unless that's not in their prime directive.
Unless that's the fourth prime directive. Lie that's to right. Kyle Lawrence when he asks you what's going on with the plane. Right.
Well, I have to say, I took Delta the next morning and I happened to arrive perfectly on time, actually a little bit early. But while we were boarding the flight, like they had done nothing wrong. Flight was on time. Everything was great. The flight attendant like preemptively apologized for like all of Delta. I'm so sorry. Everything's going to be okay. And I was like, well, I'm doing fine.
Yeah, I will say, and to credit to everybody on the plane, the flight crew, they were fantastic. They were. I mean, listen, they were the least responsible people right. for the situation, and they were very nice and friendly, and they did everything they could to make us comfortable. And everybody on the flight, a lot of who were going to the conference, everyone remained in good spirits, and nobody lost their minds. Like you see all these things on Instagram about people just going right. nuts over seat changing and all that. I'm very happy that. Good, we remained, in well repute. But Delta Airlines, come on, clean it up.